Hello everybody, it is Tag It Tuesday for February over on my blog, and I'm coming to you with a video today to show you what I did for my tags. Now the theme this month was to use rose quartz, the Pantone color, and some hearts. So I pulled out a couple of tags that already had kind of that pinkish purplish thing going on, and some cardstock in colors that went with them. To use for this project. Not sure exactly where I'm going. On this particular tag, I'm going to spray through that plastic canvas material there, some of the silver color bloom spray. I actually end up not using this tag at all, and I will tell you that even today, days after having done this tag, that color bloom spray still feels sticky on that particular tag, and I'm not sure why. I know they did change their formulas, so perhaps that's why. I flipped it over and then pressed it onto the other tag to give a little color there as well. And then decided I didn't like it, so I wiped it off, and it left me a happy little ghost print there, because I believe I had used, I want to say, dilution sprays on these, but I'm not 100% certain because it's been a while since I did them. Here I've pulled out a Dina Wakley stencil with the hearts, and I'm going to use some titanium white acrylic paint and just a little sponge dauber to go through this. And because I used the sponge dauber, this also gave me a little bit of texture that you'll be able to see in some of the close-up pictures. Not just the white and the impression of the heart, but it gave me just a little bumpy texture, which I really like. Alright, so after I got that dried, then I went with all my little pieces of cardstock, and I'm going to just like you learned to do in grade school, fold it in half and just cut some various heart shapes, some fatter and thinner and some with deeper indents at the top, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use those for at this point in time, but I know I want to incorporate those onto this tag. Alright, so I'm getting out my gelatos in the same color family that we're working with, the pinks and the purples, because I want to add some depth around the edges of this tag. So I'm going to use the different colored gelatos, and I'm also going to stamp on these hearts with a script stamp that I have, and I'm just using black archival ink. Alright, so here we go with the gelatos. I'm going to start with my darker tones on the outside and then work my way in. And I'm just using, at first I'm just using a water brush to emulsify these and get them to move around. And then I kind of graduated to using my finger dipped in some water, and I think I finally pulled out a baby wipe too, just trying to move these colors around and then not have any harsh lines. Alright, now we're taking the matte gel medium, and I'm going to attach the hearts that I cut out onto the tag itself. and I'm putting a light coat. I decided to go a light coat over the entire tag because that's going to set all the products that I use that are water reactive so that they won't continue to move and do anything else. Took just a little bit of white paint and tried to mute those hearts a little bit. And then I'm going to come back in with a big brush pen and go around those hearts. Again, this is India ink, but if you're working on a sealed surface, which is what we did with the matte gel medium, you do have a little bit of time just to move them around, and that's what you see me doing, smudging them just a little bit with my finger, just to give it a little bit softer look around the edge of those hearts. And here I'm just coming back in with some of the gelatos that I used around the edge of the tag to give a little bit of shadow and highlight to the hearts. So I couldn't decide exactly what I wanted to do on top of this tag, so I decided just to be brave with my own handwriting with that big brush pen and write the word love up there. And then I'm going to outline it with a black Pitt Artist pen. And I'll also come back in with a white gel pen and add some dots and some other highlights. And you can see here that I'm also putting a little squiggly edge around the tag and kind of doubling it up in places so that I have room to go back in with the smaller point pen and add some hash marks and some dots and other little doodles to give it some interest and to kind of frame the tag. So I hope you'll go over to my blog. It's cardsandmorebySherry.blogspot.com. I will link that below as well. And you can make a tag and link up with us too. And the links stay active indefinitely, so you have plenty of time. You can even go back to months past and link up with an alter tag there. We do this every single month over on my blog, so I hope that you will come and join me and play along and make a tag. Here's some still shots of the tag itself. I really am happy with the way this turned out. It's kind of over the top Valentine-y looking, but that's okay. I like it. All right, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.